Championship Wrestling. In just about 2 minutes, we'll be going to the ring for our first exciting match that you'll be seeing today. We got 5 great matches lined up for you, plus a videotape as we'll take you back and show you the Southwest Heavyweight Champion Dick Slater in action in that videotape rematch here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. But in the opening match, you're going to see a great tag team combination of Bruiser Bob Sweetan and Hacksaw Duggan as they take on Tom Jones and Lester Park. You also see the dynamic duo in a tag team match, and I'm speaking of none other than Tully, Blanchard, and Gino Hernandez. They'll be going against a couple masked men. Killer Brooks is here, Chavo Guerrero and Scott Casey are here, and we've got Manny Fernandez and more for you on America's most exciting hour of professional wrestling. That is Southwest Championship Wrestling. I'm Steve Stack. It's my pleasure to have here with me today Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas. And gentlemen, I know you're traveling all over the country and in the Southwest especially, trying to regain those Southwest Tag Team Championship belts.
That's right, Steve. You know, since I've been in Texas, I had a great time being here and meeting all the fans and people everywhere like to say hi to you. But there's 2 things standing in our way for the Southwest title, and that's Tully and Gino. We come here, we want those belts, we want them fair and square. We had them taken away from us. But brother, when we come back to meet you, I don't care where it is, anytime, any place, we're going to put those belts back around our waist where they belong and represent the state of Texas.
That's Ricky Morton over here, the other half of this tag team combination, Ken Lucas.
You know, Steve, you've got to give credit where credit due. As bad as I despise Gino and Tully, they're very, very tough men. They are professional wrestlers, and they've wrestled some of the toughest competition around this parts. We're not going to sell them short. But like Ricky said, there's one thing standing in our way right now, and that's Tully and Gino, and we want those belts very, very bad. Myself and Ricky has been training hard. Determination, and know sometimes when people get down, they have a hard time and come back up, but myself and Ricky is just the opposite, because positive thinking is very good. When we get down, we want to come back up, and we're going to take those belts.
Thank you very much, Ken. Thank you, Rick. Good luck to you, and we'll see you around on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And now, let's go to the ring for our first tag team match, and our ring announcer, Marty Martinez.
For your first match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, a tag team match. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. In the right corner, weighing in at 265 pounds, from New York City, New York, Hacksaw Duggan. His partner weighing in at 285 pounds. He is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Bruiser Bob Sweetan. In the left corner, weighing in at 225 pounds from Jamaica, Lester Park. His partner weighing in at 260 pounds from Savannah, Georgia, Tom Jones.
Well, the bell has sounded as we look at Tom Jones and Lester Parks. It's Tom Jones starting for his team, and Sweetan and Hacksaw Duggan, and it's Hacksaw Duggan in the ring. Big Hacksaw Duggan, former professional football player for the Atlanta Falcons, went up to Canada, played a little there, injured his knee, and now here he is a professional wrestler and doing good at it against the ever-exciting Tom Jones. Over the top goes Tom Jones. Over the top he goes again. Duggan turns around. He went for a drop kick. Duggan wasn't there, an elbow smash, and Jones wasn't there. Hacksaw holding his back as he went after Tom Jones, and Jones got out of the way, and now Duggan says, I believe I'll get out. Let Sweetan handle it a little bit. Side headlock by Jones. Oh, going for a hip toss and a reversal there by Tom Jones. Body slam. Sweetan's 285 pounds bouncing off the mat, and he decided he had enough, and he gets out of there, and in comes Hacksaw Duggan. Kick from Hacksaw. Reverse neck breaker, and Tom Jones goes down. Hacksaw drives in there with a knee. Hacksaw had him covered up for a count 2 from the referee, Eric Mannheimer, and Hacksaw comes up kicking. Into the turnbuckles goes Jones. Hacksaw buries his shoulder in there as the referee tries to get him out of there. He has to break at a count of 5. He does. He pulls Jones out of the corner with him. Here's the man that possesses a devastating pile driver, but he's not getting a chance to use it right now, as Tom Jones had that arm of Bob Sweetan tied up. And tagging in Lester Parks. My first look at Lester Parks comes from Kingston, Jamaica, weighs at 220 some pounds. And Bruiser Bob Sweetan and Hacksaw Duggan had figured out that they better keep Parks over there and punish him and not let Tom Jones get back in the ring, and they're keeping him in the corner, but now Hacksaw brings him out. Center of the ring, slams him down. Parks trying to get up. He doesn't get up too quick because down he goes with a kick from Hacksaw Duggan. Parks trying to reach out. Duggan doesn't let him as he pulls him back into the ring. Lester Parks is down. Sweetan is tagged in. Sweetan goes to that left arm, throws a forearm into the muscle of that left arm, up around the shoulder area. Uppercuts that left arm now. Sweetan with a lot of pressure on that left arm. Bruiser Bob Sweetan reaches in behind, looks for Hacksaw Duggan. He makes the tag. Sweetan holds Lester Parks as Duggan comes in and kicking the young man out of Kingston, Jamaica. Hacksaw Duggan. Parks trying to reach in. Get Duggan off balance, couldn't do it, but Parks is up. Oh, Parks is up in the air now as Duggan has him up. Shoulder breaker. Hacksaw Duggan with a shoulder breaker on Lester Parks. He got a 2 count as Parks picks up the shoulder. Trying to reach across and make the tag. Lester Parks unable to reach Tom Jones. Parks throwing a few fists, but Duggan grabs him by the hair, slams his head into the knee that Bruiser Bob Sweetan had planted inside the ring over there. Sweetan from outside the ring, getting it from giving it to Lester Parks, and Duggan got him from inside. Now they tag. Bruiser Bob Sweetan pulling Parks. Has that front face lock. Tags out. Now it's Duggan back in. Elbow knocks down Parks, but in comes Tom Jones as he made the tag. Tom Jones. Sweetan is coming in, so Jones takes both of them and slams their head together. Jones whips Duggan into the rope, catches him with a fist, goes overhead one for Sweetan, comes back to Duggan, and now Jones tags out, and in comes Lester Parks. Oh, and Lester Parks caught him off the rope. Big kick from Hacksaw Duggan, and look at the look on that man's face. He reaches down, grabs Lester Parks, has him up. What's he gonna do with him? Slams him into the turnbuckle, throws him down in the center of the ring, tags out to Bruiser Bob Sweetan. Sweetan grabs him by the head, puts the head between the legs. Here we go, up in the air with a power driver, drops him on top of his head, and that should be all for Lester Parks as Sweetan rolls him over. It's 1, 2, 3, and it is Bruiser Bob Sweetan and Hacksaw Duggan come up with a victory here, and it was a devastating power driver once again of Bruiser Bob Sweetan put it on Lester Parks from Kingston, Jamaica, and Bruiser Bob Sweetan taking and finishing off the match after Hacksaw Duggan did it with a damage. And Bruiser Bob Sweetan, you leave another man laying in the ring.
It's another victim. You know something, a lot of people, when they're laying in bed at night and trying to sleep, they count sheep or something like that, but not me. I think of all the people that I've hurt over all the years, like Scott Casey, Bruiser Brody. He can't find his way home.
Speaking of Bruiser Brody, we still haven't found him, but I have understand. I've been doing a little research, and I understand the Colonel Buck Robley's suspension is up 1 week from today.
That's right. Finally, justice is going to be done again. He's being reinstated.
1 week from today.
That's right, exactly 1 week from today. That's going to be a day of celebration and a day of reckoning for a lot of people. Because I'm sure when the Colonel comes back, he's going to have a few more things for the Hacksaw and I to do. Little chores like we did on Brody. Well, let me tell you, gentlemen, There's going to be a lot of hurt on a lot of people. That's going to happen in the very near future. So when anybody signs a contract for either Hacksaw or myself, whoever it is, wherever it is, we can guarantee you that pain and hurt will be inflicted upon them.
Thank you very much.
It was your pleasure, wasn't it?
Sweetan, Hacksaw Duggan. They win another match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Colonel Buck Robley suspension is up 1 week from today. There's no telling what he's got in store for us. But we'll be back with another exciting match here today on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. Well, here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, the dynamic duo, they're the Southwest Tag Team Champions, Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard.
What I want to say first is I just want to know, and I know the letters and the cards have been coming in. Now, everybody appreciates that little tribute, Gino and I, that musical tribute to ourselves, and we wanted to share it with all the people. And I know that you liked it, and all the people out there liked it. But I tell you what, you know, Lucas and Morton, they come out here cry. Slater's crying. Casey's crying. I've never seen a bunch of crybabies in the world. The Southwest Tag Team Champions are on top of the world and will remain there because we're rightful.
Gino Hernandez.
We are the champions once again. The belts are back where they belong, around the dynamic duo's waist. Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, the greatest combination in wrestling, is back again. The champions, after all the controversy, after everything, the belts are back around our waist. And just like you'll see right now against two nobodies, you'll see why we are the champions, why we are the greatest combination of wrestling. I want all of you to watch very closely as we take two wrestlers and beat them like they're nothing and show you why these belts should have always been around our waist and will remain around our waist for as long as we wish.
Why are you laughing?
I tell you, it's amazing to me, the people that they have to find. I guess all the good wrestlers are scared to get in the ring with the dynamic duo, and we've...
I want to say that
Let's go humiliate
these belts are not on the line in this match. I want to remind you, fans, this is a non-title match as Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez go to the ring. So let's get down there now with our ring announcer, Marty Martinez.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, 10-minute time limit. This is a non-title match. In the right corner, weighing in at 232 pounds, half of the Southwest Tag Team Champion, Tully Blanchard. The other half of the Southwest Champions, weighing in at 240 pounds, Gino Hernandez. In the left corner, weighing in at 215 pounds from Veracruz, Mexico, El Falcon. His partner, weighing in at 220 pounds from Nueva Rosita, Mexico, El Charro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, two masked men in the ring. El Falcon, he's the one that starts it out. And his partner, El Charro, I never heard of either one of them as they take on the dynamic duo, Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez. And it is an arm drag as Hernandez goes down quickly. And you saw Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez laughing at what the promoters of Southwest Championship Wrestling have put in the ring for him. Two masked men from Mexico. El Falcon, he's in the ring, outside the ring. Oh, look at that move from El Falcon. High in the air he goes with a drop kick. Gino Hernandez cannot believe what is happening to him. There comes a tag. Now we get a look at El Charro. Blanchard in the ring. Oh, he throws a fist. Elbow to the back of the head. Oh, and a reversal. Oh, and a reversal as Blanchard was thrown into the ropes by El Charro. And Gino and Hernandez and Tully Blanchard are going to talk it over. They can't believe it. And on the other corner, El Charro and El Falcon have a few words. There's a side headlock now as they get back to the action in the center of the ring. It's Tully Blanchard with a side headlock on El Charro. And look at there, El Charro kicks out, had Blanchard locked up in a head scissors. And Blanchard has not figured out what to do yet. He was laughing just a few minutes ago, and now he's mad. He tags out, and in comes Gino Hernandez, and the crowd gets on Gino Hernandez. El Charro stays into the ring. Arm drag by Gino Hernandez, and now he feels like he's got things going his way. Oh, and a snap arm drag, another snap arm drag as El Charro puts him down quickly. And that look on Gino Hernandez's face, he just can't believe it. He and Tully Blanchard thought that they had an easy match here. Two masked men they've never heard of, and I don't believe anybody's ever heard of these two. And all of a sudden, they have given Hernandez and Blanchard a lot to handle. Look at that arm drag. Oh, and oh, excuse me for laughing. I am not laughing at Tully Blanchard. I am just going back to where Blanchard was laughing himself, and now the tide has turned on him. The Southwest Tag Team Champions, Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, their championship, remember, is not on the line. Now Blanchard tries to get things going his way. He pops one to the top of the head of El Charro. He kicks him in the back. Gino Hernandez is in there. And Hernandez is also laying in some good ones. Oh, he cut the legs out from underneath him. Hernandez has him covered up, and it's a 2 count. And El Charro will come out from underneath. Blanchard tags in. Blanchard has him high in the air. Oh, what a suplex. Tully Blanchard smiling now. He feels like he's got the match won, and only a 2 count again, and Blanchard can't believe it. He wants Gino to come in and finish him off. El Charro has a fist ready for Hernandez, but he doesn't hurt him as Hernandez comes up with an elbow of his own. Over the top went El Charro, a drop kick. Down goes Gino Hernandez. Here comes a tag. Tully Blanchard is in. Tully kicking El Charro in the back. Tully turns him away from the referee and lays a fist on the jaw of El Charro. Elbow to the top of the head. El Charro looks like he may be getting weak here as he's really taking the punishment, but he throws the fist, gets in between the legs, goes in between again, makes a tag, and in comes El Falcon. Off the rope, Blanchard. Falcon got his shoulder and flipped him over. Hernandez tags in as Blanchard, with a look on his face, he still can't believe what's going on. He's mad. He is mad. Oh, they laid one on the nose. There's a knee lift. El Falcon grabs Gino Hernandez, whips him into the rope, catches him with a fist to the midsection. Here comes Hernandez off the ropes again, and a kick this time sends El Falcon down. Blanchard, you can see the movement of his lips down. Go ahead, boy, get him. Finish him off. He's wanting Hernandez to finish off El Falcon. Nice suplex. Here comes the cover up from Hernandez. I thought he was going to tag out, but Blanchard didn't want to tag. Now he does. Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez, the Southwest Tag Team Champions. A backbreaker from Tully Blanchard. Now he's happy. The look has changed now. He feels like it's all over, and it may be. Here's the count. No, and again it's just 2, and Blanchard can't believe it. A nice roll up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. El Falcon. El Falcon has defeated Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Let's see if we can get him up here. Let's see if they can get him up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the biggest upsets. Oh, look at Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas. Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas.
Steve, we just wanted to show them that we can beat them anytime, any place, just like we said we could.
Well, why did you have to come out here with masks on?
These guys, we wanted to prove to all the people how we could beat these men, and we had to disguise ourselves. We talked the promotion, but we proved to them and we proved to the people that any time that we get in the ring with those guys for that belt or any other time, we can beat them, and we did it here today. Thank you.
They're going crazy.
Thank you, Steve.
They're going crazy.
We showed them, and I want the people of Texas to know, anytime we meet you and their belts is up, they're going to blow to us, brother. I'm telling you that now. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I can't believe it. Big surprise, and there you have it. Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas coming in with a mask, defeating Tully, Blanchard, and Gino Hernandez. There's more. Don't go away, because we'll be back with another match right after this.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, 10-minute time limit. In the right corner, weighing in at 265 pounds, from Waxahachie, Texas, Killer Tim Brooks. In the left corner, weighing in at 235 pounds, from Seattle, Washington, Frank Monte.
Puts his dog chain over that rope over there in his corner. Comes off with the jacket. It's Killer Brooks against Frank Monte. Monte turned around, laid in the corner by Brooks, and Brooks throws a forearm across the chest. Monte comes back with one of his own. Uppercut forearm. Killer Brooks has Monte on the ropes. Monte holding on to the arms, and now it's Brooks grabbing the ropes. Get a break, and he does. He reached for the leg of Frank Monte, but he couldn't hold on. Well, Killer Brooks knocks him down with that fist. Oh, what excitement that was a little earlier, as the mask, El Falcon and El Charro, turned out to be Rick Morton and Ken Lucas, and Tully, Blanchard, and Gino Hernandez couldn't believe it. Brooks powering Monte down and has him locked now in that face lock from in behind. Monte up, trying to force Brooks back into the corner, maybe get him on the ropes and get a break. Brooks is reaching back, I believe, trying to get that chain that he brought into the ring that he always carries with him. I couldn't tell from my angle if he used it on Frank Monte or not, but the way Frank's holding the back of the head, he must have. Forearm across the chest of Tim Brooks. Now a fist to the midsection by Frank Monte. Monte catches Brooks with a forearm. Brooks is still standing, but he won't be after that knee lip. It took a big forearm and the knee lift to put the Killer down, but he finally went down, but here he comes right back. Frank Monte, forearms across the chest of Killer Brooks. Brooks slammed into the corner. Monte staying on top of him. Monte going up for a flip out of that corner. He doesn't get it. Here comes Brooks now, bouncing him off the ropes. Oh, and he drops that leg across the chest, and it may be all over as he buries an elbow into the throat of Frank Monte. And it is 1, 2, 3. Killer Brooks defeats Frank Monte here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, and he's not finished with him yet. He's already won the match, and now he's kicking. Brooks taking the fingers, raking them up around the eye area of Frank Monte as referee Eric Mannheimer tries to get Killer Brooks off of him. The match is already over. Killer Brooks is the winner. And stay tuned now, because Scott Casey and Chavo Guerrero are coming out as tag team partners. And we'll have that match for you after this important message.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, 10-minute time limit. In the right corner, weighing in at 228 pounds, from San Antonio, Texas, Jose Guerra. His partner, weighing in at 235 pounds, from San Diego, California, Grenade Boyer. In the left corner, weighing in at 220 pounds, from Chihuahua, Mexico, Chavo Guerrero. his partner weighing in at 235 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, Cowboy Scott Casey.
Scott Casey and Chavo Guerrero teamed up. They go against Grenade Boyer and Jose Guerra. It's Grenade Boyer and Scott Casey starting it out. An arm drag by Boyer as he puts Casey down. Arm drag by Casey. 1 for 1. If you're keeping score. Hip toss by Grenade Boyer. Doesn't get to keep Casey down. As long as Casey comes up, kicks him into the head scissors, and Boyer can't kick out. Now he gets out. Scott Casey, who's had his problems with bruiser Bob Sweetan, stayed out about 8 weeks from that pile driver. Been making a great comeback. Here he's taking care of Grenade Boyer at this time of the match. Ooh. Collision there. And I think Casey got hurt. Boyer has him up for a slam. Whoa! If he wasn't hurting a while ago, he is now. Jose Guerra in. Ooh, big open hand. Kick, chop. Casey throws him into the corner. Rake the fingers across the eye. Little kick there from Casey. Another kick from Casey. Casey grabs him by the hair and throws him into the turnbuckle and tags out. And in comes Chavo Guerrero, and Casey is definitely hurt. Chavo Guerrero with a snap mare. Another one. Guerrero trying to make Guerra give up the match. Jose Guerra would like to be able to reach across and let Grenade Boyer get back in, but Chavo Guerrero doesn't do it as he gets a little riding time up on the back of Jose Guerra. Boyer starts in, Casey shakes the ropes, and he points a finger over there at Grenade and says no. Jose Guerra gets up holding his back. Chavo Guerrero goes for the takedown with the leg, and he gets it. Step inside of that leg, comes up with a leg lock. Rolling towards Grenade Boyer, and Jose Guerra gets out underneath the bottom rope. Grenade Boyer makes the tag. He's into the ring. Grenade Boyer against Chavo Guerrero. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling. We hope you enjoy it every week. Guerrero trying to ride Boyer down. Chavo trying to hook that leg, turn Boyer over, get those shoulders down to the mat. Got him locked up pretty tight, as you can see that close-up shot as our cameraman on the floor moves in. There's a tag from Scott Casey now. Casey covers up Boyer. Here's the count. It was 2. Boyer uses the head, slams it into the midsection with Casey. Casey tags out. Bruiser Bob Sweetan is standing over on the outside of the ring. Sweetan wants to talk to Grenade Boyer. He's talking about getting hold of Scott Casey. He's pointing to Casey. Sweetan is in his street clothes. I thought he'd left the arena, but he must have come back in. There's Guerrero going high in the air, knocking Jose Guerra down, and now he tags out. In comes Scott Casey. Casey gets in front, side suplex and the backdrop. Going for the cover-up, and there it is, 1, 2, 3. Sweetan starts into the ring. Casey goes after him, and Sweetan now gets into the ring. Casey was outside as they begin the battle now. Sweetan backs out. Sweetan had thought about jumping into the ring, getting hold of Scott Casey after Scott Casey defeated Jose Guerra. Right now, it's a little staring match. Scott Casey loses Bob Sweetan. So Sweetan is going to leave. Let's see if we can get Chavo Guerrero and Scott Casey up here on the platform, as Bruiser Bob Sweetan did come out and was going to try to get into the ring with Scott Casey, but he thought a little better about it.
You know, it's just like that big fat slob. You can't trust him anywhere. He's liable to come around the corner anywhere in front of you, behind you. There's a man like this I need on my side all the time. It doesn't matter to me where you are, you big fat overgrown slob. I'll take you on out in the parking lot, on top of your mother's house. Just come on anywhere.
Well, Scott Casey, of course, thinking about Bruiser Bob Sweetan.
He's got no business at all being in the ring. We're having a wrestling match. He said his. Casey was not nowhere around. He let him do his thing. Now he comes over here. But I'm sure Scott Casey's going to take care of that. Manny Hernandez, you got your chance. I gave you a chance. As a man, I gave you a chance. Everybody makes a mistake, deserves a chance. You got your chance. You messed it up. No more chances, brother. From now on, it's you and I. It's a feud, it's a war, and it's on. Amigos, Hernandez tuvo su oportunidad, que se la di yo. No porque sea mejor ni nada, sino como hombre. Y esa no la aprovechó. Ok, esa oportunidad ya se la ha dado. Todos hemos un error en nuestra vida. Hay que dar la oportunidad. Te dio la oportunidad, no lo aprovechaste. Ahora es guerra, hermano. Guerra, y nos vamos a enfrentar arriba de un ring, ya sea en San Antonio, en Corpus Christi, en Houston, en donde sea. No me interesa si sea en Japón. Pero tú y yo tenemos algo que hacer y lo vamos a hacer. ¡Viva México! Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Chavo.
Gracias a Chavo Guerrero, porque también es especial con la pareja grande de Scott Casey y Chavo Guerrero.
Thank you very much. That's right. What he is saying is that this is a happening whose time has come. Right now, brother. Not next week, not next year, but right now. Any place, any time, right now.
Thank you very much, Chavo Guerrero, Scott Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, right after this commercial break, you'll be seeing the Southwest Heavyweight Champion Dick Slater going into the ring against Juan Reynosa, so stay tuned because there's more right after this.
Slater contra Juan Reynosa.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, TV time remaining. In the right corner, weighing in at 235 pounds from El Paso, Texas, Manny Hernandez. In the left corner, weighing in at 238 pounds from Tampa, Florida, Terry Gibbs.
Manny Hernandez against Terry Gibbs, scheduled for one fall, the 10-minute time limit, but don't believe that we have that much time left on Southwest Championship Wrestling, so this will be the duration time limit match. Manny Hernandez, who you heard Chavo Guerrero talking about a while ago. Well, it's been another exciting program here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, especially with the two masked men coming into the ring, upsetting Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard, and of course that turned out to be none other than Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas as they unmask here before us. What a surprise they pulled on Blanchard and Hernandez. And if you missed the earlier part of this program, I want to remind you that the Colonel Buck Robley's suspension is up 1 week from today. And there's no telling what the Colonel will have in store for us. You remember it was the black box of the Colonel and his crew that put out Bruiser Brody, and we haven't heard from Bruiser Brody since. And the black box may be back here on Southwest Championship Wrestling next week. You can never know what the Colonel, Buck Robley, might come up with. He's been away for a while, and you know he's mad about that suspension, so we'll look forward to seeing the Colonel right here next week. Manny Fernandez coming after Terry Gibbs, knocks him down. Hernandez with a knee to the head of Terry Gibbs. Elbow, and Gibbs goes down as Manny Fernandez smiles. There's a count, and it's a 2 count on Terry Gibbs. 2 minutes remain here on Southwest Championship Wrestling as we get the time from our timekeeper. Manny Fernandez really getting some big blows in on Terry Gibbs, and that may get him a black eye right there. Kick close to the throat. Hernandez slams the head of Gibbs into the top turnbuckle. An elbow to the top of the head of Terry Gibbs. And remind you, all you fans, wherever Southwest Championship Wrestling is held in your town, go on out and watch the best from professional wrestling with Southwest Championship Wrestling. One minute remains here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Manny Fernandez trying to get a victory here over Terry Gibbs as he throws some punches in there. Oh, and Terry Gibbs makes the comeback. Hernandez pulls him into the turnbuckle and got him down. Can Manny Fernandez get a victory here with about 30 seconds to go? Fernandez is up on the top rope, comes flying off with a drop kick. Terry Gibbs is down. Manny Fernandez has got him covered up, and it's 1, 2, 3, and Manny Fernandez wins it as time is about to expire here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, and it has. Manny Fernandez, the big victor. Until next week, Steve Stack on behalf of Rapido Rodriguez and the Spanish Network saying so long for Southwest Championship Wrestling.
Felicidades.
Thank you, Rapido.